3 seconds. That's all it took for Sarah to know she shouldn't get on that plane. Not fear, not logic, not even a specific reason. Just this. Knowing. A whisper from somewhere deep inside that said not today. She changed her flight. That plane. It was delayed for 8 hours due to mechanical issues that could have been catastrophic. Was it luck? Coincidence? Or was Sarah tapping into something far more powerful, something we all possess but rarely trust? Today, we're diving deep into the most mysterious and powerful function of your subconscious mind, your intuition. And if you stay until the end, I'm going to share the 3-step exercise that helped me trust my intuition so completely, it literally changed the trajectory of my entire life. But first, make sure you're subscribed. We're building an incredible community of conscious creators here, and I don't want you to miss a single episode of this series. Welcome back to She Speaks Anyways, where we unlock the extraordinary power hidden within your everyday mind. I'm your name, and this is episode 7 of our Subconscious Mind series. If you're new here, welcome to our conscious community. We've been on an incredible journey together, from understanding dreams in episode 1 to reprogramming limiting beliefs in episode 6. Today, we're exploring what I consider the crown jewel of subconscious abilities, intuition. Before we dive in, drop a crystal ball emoji in the comments if you've ever had a gut feeling that turned out to be absolutely right. I read every single comment, and I love hearing your stories. The intuition revelation. Let me tell you about the day I almost ignored the most important intuitive hit of my life. It was 2019. I had just been offered my dream job, 6-figure salary, corner office, everything I thought I wanted. The logical part of my mind was celebrating. But there was this tension. This quiet voice that kept saying, "This isn't your path." I remember sitting in my car after the interview, holding the job offer and feeling physically sick. Not nervous, excited sick, but wrong path sick. My subconscious was screaming, but my logical mind was so loud, I almost couldn't hear it. Thank God I listened. Because saying no to that job led me to start this channel, to build this community, to discover my actual purpose. That wrong path sick feeling. That was my subconscious mind, processing millions of data points I wasn't consciously aware of, and delivering the conclusion as pure knowing. But here's what most people don't understand about intuition: it's not magic. It's not mystical woo-woo. It's your subconscious mind operating as the world's most sophisticated pattern recognition system. Think about it. Your subconscious processes 11 million bits of information per second, while your conscious mind can only handle about 40. That's like comparing a supercomputer to a calculator. Your intuition? That's your supercomputer speaking. Dr. Antonio Damosio's research at USC shows that intuitive decisions often outperform purely logical ones because they're based on this massive subconscious data processing. Your gut feelings aren't random, they're incredibly sophisticated. Quick question for my conscious creators in the comments: what's one decision you made based on gut feeling that turned out to be absolutely right? Share your story. I'm genuinely curious, and your experience might inspire someone else to trust their inner voice. The science of inner knowing. Alright, let's geek out on the science for a minute, because understanding how intuition works makes it so much easier to trust. Your intuitive system involves 3 key players: the prefrontal cortex, the anterior cingulate cortex, and something called the insula. But the real star of the show, your enteric nervous system, literally the nerve network in your gut. You've heard of gut feelings, right? Well, your gut actually contains over 500 million neurons. That's more than in the spinal cord. Scientists call it the second brain, and it's in constant communication with your main brain through the vagus nerve. This explains why my friend Marcus always gets butterflies in his stomach before important decisions. Last year, he was choosing between two business partnerships. The numbers looked better with Company A, but every time he thought about signing with them, his stomach would knot up. Company B felt easy, comfortable, right. He went with Company B. Turns out Company A was involved in some seriously shady practices that came to light 3 months later. His gut literally saved his business reputation. But here's where it gets really fascinating, and this is something I want you to test in your own life. Research by Dr. Beatrice de Gelder shows that our brains can process emotional and social cues in as little as 30 milliseconds before we're consciously aware of them. This means your intuition is reading micro-expressions, body language, vocal tonalities, and environmental cues that your conscious mind completely misses. It's like having a superpower, except we all have it. Here's a quick exercise we're going to do together right now. I want you to think of someone in your life. Just bring their face to mind. Don't analyze, just notice. What do you feel in your body when you think of them? Tightness, warmth, expansion, contraction. That's your intuitive system giving you information about that relationship. Your subconscious has been cataloging every interaction, every micro-expression, every energy exchange, and it's giving you the summary as a feeling. Drop a light bulb emoji in the comments if that exercise just revealed something surprising about someone in your life. And if you're loving this deep dive into subconscious science, make sure you've hit that subscribe button. We're just getting started. The intuition blockers now. If intuition is so natural and powerful, why do so many of us struggle to access it? Why did it take me years to trust that voice in my car? The truth is, most of us have been systematically trained out of trusting our inner knowing. And I want to share 3 personal stories that might sound familiar. When I was 8, my family was choosing a new house. I walked into one house and immediately felt scared, not of anything specific, just off. I told my mom and she said, "Don't be silly, it's a beautiful house." We bought it. 3 months later, we discovered major structural problems and had to move. My 8-year-old intuition was right. At 16, I had a best friend who everyone loved. Smart, funny, popular. But something about her felt slippery. I couldn't put my finger on it. When I mentioned this to my other friends, they said I was being jealous and paranoid. 2 years later, I discovered she had been systematically spreading rumors about me and stealing ideas for school projects. My teenage intuition was right. In college, I had a professor who gave me the creeps, though he was charming and well-respected. My gut said stay away, but my logical mind said you are being ridiculous. Later, multiple students came forward about inappropriate behavior. My college intuition was right. Every time I ignored my inner knowing and listened to other people's logic instead, I paid a price. Every single time. Here are the 3 biggest intuition blockers I see. 1. Information overwhelm. We live in analysis paralysis. We Google everything, research endlessly, and drown out our inner voice with external data. 2. Social programming. We're taught that logic is superior to intuition, that feelings aren't facts, that we should be reasonable instead of trusting our gut. 3. Past trauma. If you've been gaslighted, manipulated, or told your feelings were wrong, your intuitive system goes into hiding to protect you. If any of this resonates, please know your intuition isn't broken. It's just buried under layers of conditioning. And we can uncover it. Comment buried if you recognize yourself in any of these patterns. You're not alone, and awareness is the first step toward reclaiming your inner voice. The Intuition Activation Protocol. All right, conscious creators, this is where we roll up our sleeves and do the work. I'm going to give you my 3-step intuition activation protocol, The same system that helped me trust my inner voice enough to build this entire channel. Step 1. The body scan practice, 2 minutes daily every morning. Before you check your phone, before you analyze your day, I want you to do this. Sit quietly and ask your body, how do I feel right now? Don't think about it, just notice. Tight chest. Relaxed shoulders. Churning stomach. Heavy head. Your body is constantly receiving intuitive information. This practice teaches you to listen. I'm doing it right now. I notice my shoulders are slightly tense, which tells me I'm excited about sharing this with you, but also a little nervous about getting it right. Step 2. The decision meditation. Whenever you have a choice to make, here's the game changer. When you have a decision to make, instead of making pro and con lists, try this. Sit quietly and imagine yourself having chosen option A. Really see yourself in that future. How does your body respond? Do you feel expansion or contraction? Ease or tension? Now imagine option B. Same process. Your body will give you the answer. I used this when choosing the name for this channel. Conscious living made my chest feel tight. She speaks truth felt heavy. But she speaks anyways. My whole body lit up. That's how I knew. Step 3. The intuitive journaling. 5 minutes, 3 times per week. Ask your subconscious a question, then write continuously for 5 minutes without stopping. Don't edit, don't think, just let your hand move. Questions like, what do I need to know about this situation? Or what's my next right step? Or what's this feeling trying to tell me? The first few times, you might write I don't know over and over. Keep going. Your intuitive voice will emerge. But here's the secret sauce, and this is what most intuition teachers miss. You have to act on the insights you receive. Even small ones. Even when they don't make logical sense. Last month, I had an intuitive hit to reach out to someone I hadn't spoken to in 3 years. Just a random text saying thinking of you. Turns out, she was going through the hardest day of her year and needed to hear from a friend. That small act of trust strengthened my intuitive muscle. So here's your homework. For the next 7 days, practice all 3 steps. Body scan in the morning, use decision meditation for at least 1 choice, and do intuitive journaling twice. Comment 7 days if you're committing to this challenge with me. Let's build our intuitive muscles together. Intuition in action, real-life applications. Let me share some real-life examples of how trusting intuition creates magic in everyday situations. My subscriber Maya wrote to tell me about her career pivot. She was a successful lawyer but felt empty. Her logical mind said stick with what pays well, but her intuition kept pulling her toward art therapy. She took 1 class just to see. That class led to a certification program, which led to opening her own practice, which now serves hundreds of trauma survivors. Logic would have kept her miserable. Intuition led her to purpose. And my personal favorite, last year, I had an intuitive hit to create a specific episode about dreams and the subconscious. It made no logical sense at the time. It wasn't in my content calendar, it wasn't trending, my analytics didn't suggest it. But the idea wouldn't leave me alone. That episode, it became my most watched video ever, led to 3 speaking opportunities, and started this entire series. My intuition saw the potential before my logical mind could even imagine it. Here are some everyday ways to let your intuition guide you. Choose your route to work based on feeling, not just efficiency. Pick restaurants that call to you rather than just reading reviews. Notice which people you feel drawn to collaborate with. Trust your first instinct about whether to attend events. Let your intuition guide your creative projects. But here's crucial. Intuition isn't about ignoring all logic. It's about using both systems together. Your logic handles the how, your intuition handles the what and when. This week, I challenge you to make at least 3 decisions based purely on intuitive feeling. Start small: which coffee shop to try, which book to read, which friend to call. Then come back and tell us what happened. I guarantee you'll be surprised by the results. Share your intuition success stories in the comments. I love celebrating these wins with our community. Building trust with your inner voice. Before we wrap up, I want to address something important. If you've been following along thinking this sounds great, but I don't trust my feelings, I see you. I understand you. And I have something important to tell you. Your intuition has been right more often than you think. But we tend to remember the times we were wrong much more vividly than the times we were right. It's called negativity bias, and it keeps us stuck. Start noticing when your intuition is accurate. Keep a small notebook or phone note of intuitive hits that prove correct. Had a feeling I should leave early, avoided the traffic jam. Felt drawn to call mom, she needed support today. Gut said don't trust that contractor, found better reviews elsewhere. The more you acknowledge your intuitive successes, the more you'll trust the process. And trust builds on trust. Each time you honor your inner voice and get a positive result, your confidence grows. If you've been hurt by trusting the wrong people or making feeling-based decisions that didn't work out, please know that wasn't your intuition failing you. That was likely wishful thinking, fear, or trauma responses masquerading as intuition. True intuition feels calm, certain, and neutral. It doesn't argue with you or try to convince you. It simply knows. Your subconscious mind has been your faithful companion since birth. It's been processing, protecting, and guiding you every single day. It's time to start treating it like the wise counsel it is. You have everything you need to access this incredible inner guidance system. Trust the process, practice the techniques, and most importantly, start small and build your confidence over time. Conscious creators, we've covered so much ground today. From the neuroscience of gut feelings to practical exercises for strengthening your intuitive voice, you now have everything you need to start trusting your inner wisdom. Next week, in episode 8, we're exploring something equally powerful: how your subconscious mind creates your reality through what I call the expectation effect. Trust me, this one's going to blow your mind. If this episode resonated with you, please hit that like button. It helps our conscious community grow. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Drop your biggest takeaway from today's episode in the comments. I read every single one, and I love learning from your insights too. Thank you for being here, for being open to growth, and for trusting me with your time and attention. Until next week, keep speaking your truth, keep trusting your voice, and remember, she speaks anyways. I'll see you in the next one.